What Ike Allen and Andy Anderson have created at AVAIYA is what the world needs.
Hello, AVAIYA family. I'm Andy Anderson. My partner Ike Allen and I are teachers, mentors, and the co-owners of AVAIYA University. AVAIYA is the creator of over 1,000 books, films, courses, teachings, and other supportive resources. Thank you so much for joining us. Our fellow teacher, Emilia Nagy, is back with us today to talk about how to pick the right guy this time. Emilia is a dating, relationship, and marriage mentor to feminine leaders. Her gifts and training as a medium and Reiki healer allow her to see deep into the soul layers of who you are and work with you in a playful and compassionate way to move through your next or first miracle. Emilia helps you connect to your audacity and authenticity by facilitating sacred space for deep inner vision, healing of wounds, injuries, and dishonor, claiming your sovereign creative power, and dating discerningly for a true loving partnership. Welcome back to AVAIYA, Emilia.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for all the work you do in the world.
Yeah, well, our pleasure, and so happy to have you back. And I know that you work helping women who are looking to partner with men, right, and find healthy partnerships. So let's start off with, what are the signs of an unhealthy man for somebody in that scenario?
Yeah, so the signs of an unhealthy man. The first thing is your body will tell you. Like, I'm going to stress that through as we go through the interview. Your body will tell you. But the problem is, a lot of times women don't date in their body. Then they don't date in their feminine energy. They don't date in the receptive self. And so because of that, they're disconnected. So they can't tell. But I would say the very first sign, before I give you anything to look for, would be, what is your body telling you? Because with a healthy masculine man, our bodies can just relax. There's a sense of calm. There's a sense of, he's got this. Like, I don't have to stress. I don't have to worry about carrying all 10 bags of groceries. Like, he's got my back kind of feeling. You know, we have that. Our feminine self knows, our mind, body, spirit complex can intuit that. So the first job for you is to get there, is to be in your body, be connected to yourself. So these are, after you've done that, pieces that you're going to be able to implement, because if you are not in your body and feeling in your feeling state, it's not really going to help too much if I give you these, but maybe it will, because maybe you'll think about it logically and then remember, but still, your body is your best friend in this, as I just can't stress it enough. So the first sign is he won't care about your needs. So it might look like on a date, he's like, you're going to love the salmon. I'm going to get you the salmon, you know, a little bit overbearing. And you're like, oh, I'm allergic to fish. Oh, don't worry. The salmon's the best, you know. I mean, that's an exaggerated example, but it happens in more subtle ways. Like, you know, I want to be home by 10, or it's like, oh, let's go for another drive around. And it's now, you know, 10:05. kind of thing. So he won't listen, basically. He won't be listening to your needs. It won't be about you and your needs. So does that make sense, Ande? Should I just keep going?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that makes sense. So we're focused on being in our bodies, as well as obviously being aware of, right, does this person have our needs in their mind? Okay.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And then unhealthy people tend to attack or criticize you when you're happy. But it might not be obvious. Like, there might be a passive aggressiveness to it. Like, you might love playing softball on your women's team, and they might be like, that's such a dumb sport. Like, it's not clear, right? Like, but again, if you're healthy and you're confident and you're in your body, that's going to feel awful. So you're going to be able to trust that, right? But yes, so we'll attack or criticize you when you're happy, and it could be subtle. It could be like, you're out with your best friend and you come home and you're so excited you got to see her because she lives far away. And it might be like, what trouble is she up to this time? In like a really sort of derogatory way, right? So there's many ways that could come about, but that's they won't be able to stand it. Mm-hmm. In some way or another, it'll come through. They're not celebrating with you. They're not happy with you. They're not enjoying that you're enjoying. They're like, not about it, right? The other one that I see a lot is will try to be the sole source of your happiness. So they might isolate you from other friends. They might actually, kind of going along with the first one, get annoyed if somehow they're not involved and you're happy. So those are some ways to tell. And they might enjoy the destruction of innocence. And again, this could be really subtle. Like if for me, I have an example with this because it's a subtle one of like, oh, I don't like watching the news because it's traumatizing to me. You know, and then a man on a date, like, oh, but you got to know, you can't stay uninformed. Do you know what happened in Libya? It's like, I just said, like, I don't want to go there. I don't know what happened and I don't want to know, but you got to stay up to date. Like, and that's, you know, even though I'm an adult, that's like it's like chosen innocence, you know, it's like I've chosen to not be a part of that. And then for them to push it is like not healthy.
Right. You're showing a boundary and they're not honoring it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes in very subtle ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So those are the main four. Those
are
the main four things to look for.
Mm-hmm. And so on the flip side of this, for people watching who might be trying to get into a new healthy relationship after having been in something unhealthy, maybe experiencing betrayal and deception even, what would be the signs of a healthy person, a healthy man?
Yeah, this is a really good one to kind of have. And when they sign up for my checklist, that's part of the checklist. So they'll get that too. But there's 10 signs that I put together. And basically the first one is they'll care about your needs and they'll go out of their way. Like, I know you like pizza, so I picked you a pizza on the way home. You know, I had to stop and wait, but here it is. Or, you know, oh, I remember you like this singer and I got you an extra ticket. I'm going to the concert kind of thing. You know, these are just examples of they care. They get you. They understand. They listen. They want to meet your needs. They want to do something that is valuable to you, to who you are, to what matters to you. Mm-hmm. So that is a sign of a person who is healthy and who, especially in a masculine man, it's a sign of a man who is healthy and interested and wanting to provide and contribute to your life. So that's a good sign in the masculine.
Mm-hmm. Any other signs you want to share?
Oh, there's more. Should I go through all 10 of them?
Sure.
Okay. Well, wants to provide for you and meet your needs. And that can be emotional, financial, sexual, physical, psychological, mental, intellectual, right? Like we have a lot of different needs as human beings. So sometimes women are afraid to articulate, like they don't want to be a burden to the men that they are with. But actually men want to contribute what most matters. And so when we can articulate what we really are desiring, then they will take notice and provide, and they'll care and they'll want to provide and they'll ask about them. So that's another good sign of a healthy man. And I love this one, which is that they'll cherish your feelings even if they aren't logical. And that's just something so beautiful about the masculine when they're in their masculine power and they're healthy. They're just like, they're not going to ask questions. They don't insist that you have to make sense. It's like you're on a pile on the floor crying. It's like, oh my God, let me hold you. Let me take care of you. You know, it's not like, what happened? Explain it logically. Explain it perfectly. Like I have to understand. Like that would be an unhealthy trait, right? To have to put it in their box. Mm-hmm. I have a client who her ex-husband, if she didn't like articulate something perfectly, he wouldn't listen. Like that's the only time that, and of course that led to a toxic marriage. So yeah, so you don't have to be logical with a healthy masculine man. They don't expect that from a feminine person, from a feminine being. Mm. So we'll never speak down to you, put you down, or criticize you harshly or demean you. They'll be gentle, they'll be kind, they'll be generous. They're not going to create an environment where you feel that they're always putting themselves above you. And that is not a healthy thing. Even if they're meaning it well, if they're in some way putting themselves above you, then that's a problem. So they won't speak down to you. They'll be like, this is what it is. And we're partners. We're on equal ground. We're peers kind of thing, right? I'm not your coach. I'm not your therapist. I'm not your whatever. I'm your peer. So that's a sign of a healthy man. Will support you by wanting to help in your dreams and goals and provide help. So they might ask, like, what can I do to help with that? Like, my hubby drives me, my horse is getting training and it's an hour away and he drives me. He's like, I'll drive you, I'll take you. Like, he knows how much it means to me. He's not like about the little stuff, but it's okay because he really shows up for the big stuff. Mm-hmm. So that's a sign of a healthy person, like who gets you and they want to provide where it most matters for you and support you with hobbies, with interests, with whatever is important to you. And they will want to spend time and take care of you. But men kind of do it in ways that are the masculine way is not always very clear to us as feminines. Like they might say, you should buy a certain kind of car, or you should put your money in an IRA, or you shouldn't sell your real estate. And then we as women are like, but no, they're just trying to contribute. They're trying to help. So they want to contribute. They want to spend time. Want to go for coffee? Even just small things, right? So we'll want to help in your dreams. We'll want to spend time with you and take care of you. And we'll keep his word. And even if he forgets, he will do what he promised. He'll do what he promised, or he'll apologize. Like he'll address it. It won't be something where he just glosses over and doesn't acknowledge that, like, yes, I said these things, but they never happened. So don't even bring it up. Let's forget it. Like he'll actually address it in I almost want to say like a preventative manner, you're not going to have to like chase him down for accountability kind of thing, because healthy men have integrity. He will admit his mistakes and take responsibility. So he'll be someone that can say, oh, that was not a good move. I think I made a mistake with that. Or I'm sorry I said that to you. I realized that wasn't really the best thing to say given the situation kind of thing. So healthy people are able to do that. They're able to self-reflect and take accountability. Unhealthy people are unable to do it. Mm-hmm. So that's a big one for how you can tell if they're healthy. They'll be happy when you're happy. It'll genuinely give them joy to see the person they care about happy. Mm-hmm. And they will encourage you to participate in things that you love, in your hobbies and your interests. It won't be a situation where they're trying to cut you off from those things, but it will be a situation where they're trying to, can I drive you to acting class? Or do your girlfriends want to come over for dinner? I'll take the kids to the game or something, right? So that kind of support for your core, for who you are as a person. Mm-hmm. So those are the 10.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think it's important to go through those, because I think a lot of times we might forget even like little things that would indicate, right, someone is a healthy partner for us. Just stuff maybe you don't even think of.